the fucking audio was muted on that. Yeah, that's yeah, the pains and gains. If y'all do not know, my name is JMMA. I am the commissioner, founder, all that good stuff of Crown. This is gonna be a pretty basic setup for this week. Going into the first week, it's the fucking production is gonna be crazy. It was gonna be crazy for this, but last minute, which is why the stream started late. Uh, Production wanted to be as simple as possible, so it runs as smooth as possible. You know, this motherfucking fight. You got fights and shit on. Nobody got time to sit here and me playing with fucking transitions and having fun and shit. So, um, before we get into the draft, uh, I'm gonna have the owner, founder of the Undisputed Fight League, Batman, say a few words. Batman, take it away. Yes, sir. And just really quickly, the three fighters you're looking out for the most. Wait. Hold on. See this. Hey, production. I know y'all watching, man. Shout out to y'all, cause I already knew I was gonna fuck this up. I knew it. I knew it. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds, real quick, y'all. Hold on. I gotta scroll down and shit. Hold on. Voice chat. Okay, so I have voice chat muted. That's on me. That's on me. Hold on. That's on me. Oh, their sound. Y'all can't hear him though. Hey, listen. That's what Crown's all about, bro. That's what it's all about. Okay. I see it right here. I see it right here. I see it right here. Hold on. Oh my goodness. There we go. We have sound. We have sound. Oh my goodness. Okay, now you can. Okay, yeah, there you go. You can go now. All right, hold on, one more time. Oh, my bad, production. I listen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just got a text message. I'm sorry. Okay. How about now? Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all let me know in the chat. See, this is why I said we should have did it the way I wanted to. But I digress. Here we go. Say something real quick, Batman. Can y'all hear him? Can y'all hear him? Testing. Can y'all hear him? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Third time's a charm. Come on, let me know. Turn me up, man. Y'all can't hear me, nigga. I'm talking. Nigga, if y'all can't hear him, fuck it. He said shout out to the UFL and he can't wait. Listen, we just hear your echo. Listen, he just said he can't wait for the UFL. I'm gonna repeat what he said. He said, shout out to everybody in the UFL. It's been a blast, so he can't wait. So shout out to Badman for passing through. Um But nah, we ain't nah. Listen, that's the listen. It's just growing pains, you know. It's growing pains. But to stay as professional as possible, that's a bar. I'm gonna show y'all the draft order really fast. All right, so with the draft order, this is going to be a snake draft. Meaning, if you never heard of a snake draft, that don't mean we gonna be motherfucking snaking around. All right. So basically, it goes this prize fighters has the first pick. All of this was randomized. It just so happened prize fighter at the first pick, given that box I won last season. So it's gonna go prize fighters, the technicians, God Squad, Sim Academy, the Soldiers, Box Lab, Motor City Cobras, and then No Fear Crew, and then we just work our way backwards back to the beginning. Yeah, I saw somebody say post a video call of it. That's funny, but that is the draft order. Once again, I'm leave it up on the screen for a little bit, so everybody knows what it is. All right. So without further ado, man, here we go. Prize fighters are up on the board first. There are a whole lot of picks. Just want to put it out there. I was looking, after I put together the draft board, I was looking and I was like, wow, man. It's a lot of great players. I'm not gonna say because I am a captain. I have my own team. I'm not spoiling nothing because I know some of these captains they like stealing picks. They like how do I say this? They like being grimy per se, just like the cheesers and undisputed rank. So we're gonna make sure this goes as smooth as possible. I have my board. My board pulled up. For the competitors in the chat, just put your draft picks in the chat because I can pretty much see all the chats. Just throw your draft picks in there. I got the soundboard and shit. I can announce it, and then we could just make this run as smooth as butter. You know what I'm saying? Listen. They got fights on. We trying to go and watch the fights. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that as smooth as possible. In the chat down below, let me know who y'all think will be the first pick. And hold on, we got our first pick right here. Hold on, let me get the soundboard ready. Hold on. I hope y'all heard that, cause if not, that's tough. First pick for prize fighters is going to be Justin the Beast. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Looking at Justin the Beast, right? I looked at his credentials. We gotta look at your credentials with the application. Justin the Beast, he had a few Yaminers on there. I'm not gonna lie to you. He had a few Yaminers. So next up is gonna be the technicians. They are on the clock. Currently right now. Um Appreciate everybody for trying to give me advice. I had fucking production blowing up my phone. Shout out to production, texting my phone. But Justin the Beast is also prize fighters. If y'all don't know, he's a part of that camp. So listen, it's not surprising. I'm assuming prize fighters gonna pick everybody in prize fighters. That really shouldn't be too big of a deal. But again, they are on the clock right now. The technicians are on the clock right now. I'm pretty sure they did their homework. I feel like the technicians, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. As far as all the teams outside of Box Lab, shout out the NAP. I feel like Box Lab is gonna be they gonna be the oh we have our next pick in. Let me know if y'all hear this sound. Just let me know. Hold on, let me press it. Hold on. There we go. That sound beautiful right now. That sound is beautiful. With the second pick in the season 2 draft, we have the technicians picking Smoking Joe or Sweet Mad Scientist, formerly known as Smoking Joe. Y'all don't know Smoking Joe was a highly sought after pick, which is why I made a tier list for everyone. Smoking Joe was in S tier. For that reason, listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. I can spoil it now. Fight Night's finest. That was gonna be his pick, Cold Blood. I'm throwing it out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing it out there. Now if there was trades in this, but I know how grimy y'all gonna get with trades. That's why we're not gonna have that. But I'm just throwing that out there, finance. So you can pray. Maybe you could take one of Cold Blooded's picks. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. So next up is gonna be Pryoxes and Marvelous with God Squad. This is gonna be an underrated team. I don't know if they're gonna be competing. So the way it's working, captains they can do whatever they want. If they want to compete, if they want to manage, you know what I'm saying. I know Diaz, he trying to run his team like Phil Jackson with the triangle offense with the Bulls. So if you want quarterback it like that, you can quarterback it like that. So shout out to them. We have our next pick coming up right now. Also, captains, put it in your team chats in Discord for me, please. Not in the live chat. Listen, you're fucking up the drafts. I don't even need the fucking draft song. But again, professionalism. Let's go. Hit the sound. Thank you for hitting the sound. Let me know if y'all hear that sound. With the third pick in the season 2 Crown Draft, God Squad has selected I Finesse. Yes, I Finesse. Shout out to Finesse. I know him and Marvelous. They got a little connection going on. Listen, I'm the commissioner. I see everything. I saw him. I hope it ain't no collusion going on over there. I saw him in your comments, Marvelous. You think I don't be seeing these things? I see these things. Shout out to my Rastafari teams. I see these things. I saw them in your comment section. I hope, listen, we ain't got no NIL deals. I hope you're not doing a Nick Saban for my UK bruvs. If you don't know Nick Saban, you better do your research. I don't want to see iFinesse pop out with no Hellcat. So I hope it ain't no collusion going on over there. But shout out to iFinesse and God Squad. Next up, we have Sim Academy, headed by Fight Night's Finest and ESBL owner, who is also allowed us to have his roster in with this draft with ESBL is Ace Matrix. Shout out to Ace Matrix, very good player. Him and Finance I think will work really well. I think a lot of these teams are gonna work well as they are on the clock right now. So here we go. We doing good, man. We doing good. Just calm down. We waiting on Sim Academy currently right now. I'm not gonna lie. These picks right now. I'm a little. You know what I'm saying. Look in the chat right now. We got a little bit of confusion. Listen, if listen, I'm just saying a little. That's what I'm saying. Collusion. I don't know. We might have to put up an appeal with this. Speaking of appeals, I probably will make a video, will not make a video. There will be appeals for this. So if you feel like you got robbed, if you feel like, somebody was on iStream, we ain't got to take it to the courts. You just take it to the Crown Appeal System. You ain't got to go get no lawyer. Just take it to the Crown Appeal System. Love ya. But here we go. Waiting on Sim Academy with their first pick in the Season 2 draft. Hold on. We got to hit it. Hold on. Hit it. Love you. Appreciate your soundboard. All right, here we go. With their first pick in the Season 2 draft, Sim Academy selects Nath 359. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't know who this is. He is a product of Sim Academy. Just like with Prize Fighters and Justin the Beast, he is a product. The Heart Foundation, the Heart Academy, if y'all wrestling fans, is like that. I see a lot of, they bringing up the pupils to the big leagues. You know what I'm saying? They bringing up the pupils. I hope Nav ready though, because they got some of them young meaners in here. All right, but next up, in our next pick in the draft is going to be the Soldiers, led by iGame You Watch with his co-captain Crix the Great. This is particularly interesting to see them teaming up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very surprised when that was requested and asked for. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very surprised. But they're next up on the board. We're gonna see who they get. Again, captains, co-captains, crooks, whoever is picking for these teams, put them in your team chats. Let me know. I'll put it in the competitor chat with whichever one is comfortable for you for your picks. Everybody got a minute. I would have had the timer on the screen right now. Actually, I probably should add it on the screen. it wasn't working for some reason. I don't know why. Continuing on. But looking like so far, I haven't seen. I'm not gonna say who picks. I already listen. Box Lab, we already know who we picking. I'm not gonna say who we picking. I'm not gonna say who we not picking, but we got who we got. All right, hold on. It looks as though we may have a pick. Four motherfucking the soldiers. Hit that sound again. Let me know in the live chat if y'all can hear this, cause this shit is hilarious. There we go. Next up, y'all hear that? That was the I'm having fun with this. I'm not gonna lie, but with their first selection in the season 2 Crown Draft, the soldiers led by iGaming Watch and Krista Drake select. This may be a shocker. Wow, Moneybag Mari from the UFL. That's a surpriser. I'm not gonna lie. That's a little bit shocking. Moneybag Mari, if y'all don't know, because I'm up to date on everybody. I had to get that knowledge and had to get that knowledge. If y'all don't know, he is a part of the UFL as well. So, shout out to him. Shout out to soldiers. Motor City Cobras, I believe, are next up on the board. No, actually, it's us. Hold on, what the fuck? I already know who we picking. Listen, I already know who we picking. Hold on. Wait, I'm gonna just play the sound. With the second, with their first selection in the draft, Box Lab, myself, and Nap are gonna go with NM Coxie. That's what we going with. Shout out to Cox. Listen, Coxie, I told you we was gonna pick you, and I wasn't lying. That's what we going with. Shout out to you, my boy. All right. So next up, Motor City Cobras. Motor City Cobras. We y'all on the clock. We waiting for y'all. I just got a call for production, so let me. Shout out to production. All right, next up we got Motor City Cobras. They were just making sure the latency and everything. Listen, that's why I got the team that I got. All right, Motor City Cobras. They're up on the board. I believe IGGG was here. He said he put his team on. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I'll give him a minute. I'll give them the grace of the minute. You know what I'm saying? Because I respect everybody. They may be looking through whatever they looking through, trying to scheme and figure everything out. But here we go. All right, Trippy. Okay, here we go. But Trippy, next time, check the chat after this. Check the chat after this. Hold on, I got you. With their first pick in the season 2 Crown Draft, the Motor City Cobras have selected Cerebral Boxer. Shout out to Cerebral Boxer. That was also another name that I saw pop up a lot from what I remember, from going through the sign up, trying to get that knowledge up and everything. So shout out to him. He's on a good team. Especially now with crossplay, he's on a real good team. But next up, we have King Diaz, No Fear crew led by Kenzo and Diaz. Yeah, I said his fucking name already, but King 12 Diaz. They are on the clock. They officially have a minute. We're gonna see, and I saw something in check about Moneybag Mari. Listen, we're gonna have a community meeting in a Discord, so I won't say it here because I don't wanna put people up on a board. I don't want to put nobody on blast, but we're gonna have a whole discussion about that. Don't worry, Jed. Listen, the commissioner, I'm sea level with this shit. I'm ahead before my head. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? But next up, we got North Fear crew led by King 12 Diaz and motherfucking Kenzo. We gonna see who they picking. I'm interested to see who they pick, cause this is gonna be nice, man. Oh, whoa, hold on. Here we go. Hold on. With their first selection, and No Fear Crew has back-to-back picks, by the way, so they're about to be picking again. with their first selection in the season 2 Crown Draft, they have gone. This is a shocker. With a prize fighter pupil and content creator, Almighty Chops. Shout out to Almighty Chops. That is a shell shocker. I'm not gonna lie. That I was not expecting that. But again, like I said, that's what this season all about. A lot of people gonna look at this and go, "Why they not going for the best players? This dude ain't good. I know I beat him." It's not always about who the best. But tell y'all something right now. The best players don't always mesh up to make a great team. I've seen it before in in this combat sports world. I've seen it, UFC community and this community. The best players always don't make the best team. You gotta have that chemistry going. Go look at KD, Kyrie, and James Harden on the Nets. That's the perfect example. Hell, three hell of a players, but they didn't mesh well. That's why all of them got traded. Simple. So shout out to No Fear Crew. They're back up on the board again with the minute on the clock. So here we go, man. Almighty Chops is on No Fear Crew. And again, if you guys want to see the draft selection, I will put it up on the board right now. So No Fear Crew has another pick that they are picking right now. And now we're going backwards. So Motor City Cobras, obviously Box Lab, the Soldiers, Sim Academy, God Squad, the Technicians, and then Prize Fighters, who were the winners of Season 1 with the WBC belt from the Evander Holyfield signed WBC belt from Season 1, Undisputed. Crown League was Box Size U, so they're going to be picking last because they went first. So, yeah, you guys, it's getting nice out here. I'm liking the way teams are shaping up. I'm liking the way everything is looking. I'm looking at some of the picks already. I'm looking at some of the picks already. I just gotta just quarterback everything. So pick, yeah. So we waiting on No Fear Crew. The pick is coming in. Hold on, I think the pick is in. The pick is in, ladies and gentlemen. The pick is in. Soundboard for me, please. There we go. With the next pick, hold on. I'm gonna play it again because I don't even think y'all can hear it. There we go. I hope y'all heard that. But the next pick in the season 2 draft for Crown with their last pick, No Fear Crew has selected cold-blooded technicians. I feel sorry for y'all. Gorilla Grip 01 is now on No Fear Crew with Almighty Chops. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing so far. I like what I'm seeing is heating up as Motor City Cobras are on the clock right now. I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. That is a great pick. That is a great pick right there. And if y'all do not know, after this draft is over, free agency opens. So whoever wasn't picked with this is picked, can be picked up in free agency. Now, teams are allowed to go into free agency after this and get one alternate, a sparring partner, somebody they want the corn with, however they want to run it. You know what I'm saying? They're allowed to go get one person. Again, nobody's spot is safe. So listen, who was first? Justin the Beast. If you don't perform, I'm not saying that you're gonna do this, but I'm saying if they want to, Justin the Beast don't perform well, he can get dropped and picked up. Somebody else get picked up. So just because you don't get drafted, don't mean you can't get picked up, my guys. King Diaz said he knows talent when he sees one. Shout out to King Diaz. This is gonna be a fun draft. Next up is again gonna be Motor City Cobras as they are on the clock. And we're gonna take it from there. Box Lab already got this. See, that's why I say Box Lab is like we already know what we gonna do. We already know what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? It's just constant. That's why I say we the best team. But I'm not gonna be biased. I'm not gonna be biased. But here we go. All right, here we go with the next pick. I guess this is his name. I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember everybody's name. With the next pick in, can y'all hear that? I hope y'all can hear that song. I've asked that like 100 times, and I actually haven't even. I can literally check and see if y'all can hear that song. But with the next pick in the season 2 Crown Draft, with their last pick, the Motor City Cobras are gonna go with Keep It Green. Keep It Green. I don't know too much about Keep It Green, but I'm assuming he's on a platform that Trippy is comfortable with. Trippy G, Dark Side, Cerebral the Boxer, Keep It Green. Very interesting pick. I'm gonna be honest. I was expecting a lot of the S tier fighters to go early because I did put the picks in tiers. I was expecting just most of the. This is very surprising as Box Lab is now up on the clock. That is very surprising. And with our pick, I'm not even gonna play the song because I already know who we're gonna pick in. We're gonna keep it within the same cat. Box Lab has now selected NM Z7 with their next pick. So it looks like Box Lab, we stand with the NM family. We have Coxie, pause. I mean, even though that ain't that a bone in the body, that's not even here nor there. But NM Coxie, Z7, Nap, JMMA. That sound like the motherfucking the tune. That sound like Toon Squad from what's that movie, Space Jam. Simple. But next up, we have the Soldiers are back on the clock with their next pick. After the Soldiers is gonna be Sim Academy. So the Soldiers are now back up on the clock. Here we go. I'm very interested to see this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That Almighty Chops pick card, I'm still off guard about that one. I'm really still off guard with that one. There we go. But these are strong picks. There's still a lot of good picks to go. I'm looking at a few of these chats. I see they got one person already picked. It seems like everybody, I see a lot of turmoil between one team. I don't see a lot of community. I'm not gonna say which team. I'm not gonna say which team because I don't want no. I'm not that type of commissioner, but I see a lot of, what I'm saying. They don't on 1A and 1B. They not on the same page. They not on the same paragraph. They not popcorn reading. But here we go. The Soldiers are back up on the clock with who they want to pick. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Hold on. Before so I've seen a few of the picks are already in, ladies and gentlemen. A few of the picks are already in. So before we get into the next pick, I just received. You know what? I think I want to save this announcement for then. So we save this. I think I want to save this announcement. I want to save this announcement for the end. But nonetheless, here we go with the next pick in the Crown Season 2 draft. With the next pick in the Season 2 Crown draft, the Soldiers, Game You Watch, Crooks the Greats have selected another prize fighter pupil, Junebugs, prize fighter pupil. Wow, that's crazy. That's two prize fighter pupils not even picked by prize. That's why it's shocking me. Because I ain't know a lot of y'all was tapped into the prize fighters. I ain't know y'all was tapped in like that. But Junebugs now teamed up with Moneybag Mari, Game You Watch, and Crooks the Great. Now on that team. That's crazy. That's crazy. And before we get into our next pick, I'm going to play this video really quick. We're going to take a brief intermission because I just got a call from the big ups. You see, it's Adam Silver, then it's the bigger ups. I got a big up to make sure I'm going to get this announcement right. So hold on. Just give me 2 seconds. All right, y'all. I'm going to play this real quick. The the partner has called me. Here we go. Before we get into our next pick, we have an announcement. This is big. Whoever wins this season, oh, bro, this is big. Whoever wins this season, the top two producers for that team will have 2 official spots in season 3. That's big. That's big. That's big. That's big, man. That's big. So shout. Listen, if you like that, I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all ready. But going into the next pick with Sim Academy, I hope Sim Academy has picked. Before that, Sim Academy, y'all are up on the clock. If y'all did not know already, y'all are up on the clock right now. And listen, you know what the beauty of this is? If you picked wrong, you can drop whoever you want. You can drop dropping a first round draft pick before he even compete is crazy. Not gonna lie to you, that's tough. But if somebody don't like the picks they have, they can drop them into free agency. That's tough. Not gonna lie, dropping a first round draft pick, that's tough. But nonetheless, here we go with our next pick. With our next pick and their last pick in the draft. Listen to me. Sim Academy, with their first pick, they had, I believe, Nath 359. They have now picked co-owner, I believe he's co-owner. He is a moderator and helping out with Crown. N.M. Allman. That is 3 NM buys. 3. That's 3 drafted. That's 3. So we got 3 NM and prize fighters. Is they the top 2 camps? Y'all let me know. Is they the top 2 camps? Is they the top 2 camps right now? Let me know, because I don't know, but that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy. But now we have God Squad picking up, and I believe they already have their pick in. If I'm not wrong, I just need one of the captains to confirm, preferably Prioxis. I know listen, I almost said something, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, just lock it in. Just lock it in for me if they watching right now. Is that y'all final pick before I say it? I hope that's y'all final pick. Is that y'all final pick? Let me know. That's the final pick. I just opened up OBS again for no reason. But is that the final pick? Y'all let me know. Because I don't want to say a pick and then it's not the pick. But they up on the board right now. I'm gonna give them a minute to recollect. I'm gonna give them a minute to recollect. I'm gonna give them a minute to recollect. But again, like I said, from the partner, we're going back to the regular formula. Back in season 3. It's crazy. We already fucking planning season 3. But season 3, we're going back to the normal formula as season 1. We're just gonna make that even one better. But top 2 performers from the winners, they got a solidified spot. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so interesting to see, because the thing that makes season 1 so great, it's not just about, they partner with Undisputed and they got undisputed belts and we should be, y'all gatekeep. It's not about that. It's about who can showcase the not only the game in the right way, but at the highest level without doing the bullshit tactics. SIM. What that stands for, simulation. That's what it's about. They are confirmed. Okay, they are confirmed. Okay, here we go with the next pick and their last pick. Their first pick was iFinesse. Their next pick is probably, in my opinion, the number 1 overall. He slid to the second round, Larry Tunzel type shit. But I think he was the overall number 1 draft pick in my opinion. But their next pick and their final pick is going to be Big Sora. If y'all don't know who Sora is, this dude is he fucking Demetrius Johnson with the belts. Terrence Crawford, he undisputed in I don't know how many leagues. But with that, God Squad, they have picked up the number one overall pick in my opinion. It's just my opinion. I feel like he was the slate clean cut number one pick in my opinion. I thought he was gonna be the best one. But it looks like God Squad has noticed that. He was still on the board and they took him next up for their last pick. I believe we have the Technicians coming up on the clock. They're about up on the clock currently right now. So shout out to them. I'm liking the way the teams are meshing up. And again, what makes free agency so important? Trades would have made this a lot better. But again, like I said, I didn't want that to get grimy. I didn't know how that was going to play out. Just all jokes aside, I didn't want that to seem unfair or unbalanced, so I didn't do it. But with free agency, it makes it interesting because if someone feels like the team dynamic isn't right, y'all arguing in the chats, going back and forth, you can literally just get dropped. That's a lot of dynamic. Because when you get dropped, you gotta, why did this person get dropped? Oh, okay. You're gonna have reporters. It's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. W Scouts. But next up, like I said, is the Technicians with their very last pick in this draft. And here we go. With their last pick, I'm not gonna play on draft song because we got one pick left. With their last pick in this draft, the Technicians, led by I Am Cold-Blooded and It's Mega, have selected Black Magic as their last pick. So, Smoking Joe, Black Magic, It's Mega, I Am Cold-Blooded as prize fighters, led by Pride Fighter and Box Size U, are now on the board with their very last pick as well. Whew, man. Some crazy picks right now, yo. Shout out to everybody who was drafted. Again, if you were not drafted, if you DM me, I know a lot of people didn't sign up, but what was his name? Don King DM me. He told me he was gonna sign up. I did add him. Like, it was last minute though, so he's gonna be a free agent though. He's gonna be in a free agent pool. One of our desk analysts, David, he's in a free agent. There's a lot of people. You still got. I ain't gonna say who, but I'm surprised Grim Reaper hasn't been picked. Black Rob, you got Black Rob. Who else? Y'all let me know. They're axing. It's a lot of good comp in this. As the last pick has now just come in with prize fighters with their very last pick in the season 2 2025 Crown team draft. They're keeping it in the family. Keep the family close. 2016 Drake album. Prize fighters are selecting Mikael with their last pick. So prize fighter keeps the family close, keeps the gang close, picking Justin the Beast and Mikael. Shout out to him, who is also a content creator. Very interesting. So just to run through the quick picks very, very quickly. Prize fighters keeps it in the family. To Technicians pick Black Magic, Smoking Joe, God Squad. They now have, I believe, Sora and I Finesse, Sim Academy, keeping it in the family with a pupil coming up, NAF 359. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. The season gonna be crazy. Again, if you plan on competing, I'm gonna make the announcement right after this. If you plan on competing, if you plan on wanting to be in this and being a part of this, shout out to Undisputed. This is crazy. Community meeting will be held soon as we move into season 1 now that the draft is complete. Again, like I said, this was supposed to be way crazy. It was supposed to be a lot of transitions and motion graphics that were actually made Tuesday. But production, I listen, I love them. That's my guys. They really good at what they do. They're really good. They work on some high level shit. I not like high level shit. The shit that they do is way beyond my comprehension. But they say keep it simple from this. Let the personality show. So shout out to them because I feel like this was a great draft. Could have had some background music, but I think this was a great draft. So shout out to them. I trust them boys. I trust boys and girl. I trust them, with the production. So shout out to everybody. Again, if you have not been picked and we're on the list and we're in the signups, you can become a free agent. You can be picked up because teams are allowed to up to 5 people to have an alternate, a sparring partner, an extra coach in the corner. You know, who knows, bro? Who knows? All right. But it has been the Commissioner JMMA once again. Shout out to everybody. See everybody soon. Season 1, week 1 will be announced because there's a special stipulation for each and every week. I'll see you guys next time. Crown. Love y'all.